Can they relate it back to the accident? Can you relate it to the accident? If you're looking at x-rays and you're looking at an MRI report or a physician's report that's talking about degenerative changes, chronic changes, how are you going to relate that back to the accident? Very difficult. It's putting you in a very precarious position of not getting paid. So this afternoon we have attorney Nick Vakula coming in, who's going to talk about that specific scenario. How you as physicians can then turn the tables. Pre-existing, aggravation, exacerbation, so that you have the opportunity perhaps of getting paid. When we're doing our case analysis, what is your risk tolerance? Are you a risk taker? Or are you very conservative? If you are very conservative, you might just want to stay in your wheelhouse. And that wheelhouse might just be automobile accidents. You become an expert in automobile. You know automobile accidents, the laws, the liens, inside out. Slip and fall comes in. A little bit different. A little bit more risky, in my opinion. Are you so willing to accept that case? You have to make that decision. I'm very skittish about those particular cases. And we'll go through a couple of those. So again, you have to assess your own risk tolerance. Not every personal injury case is identical. What is the sum of all the coverages? And now you should have, from Mr. Lazara's presentation, a much better understanding of coverage. How important coverage is to you in getting paid in your practice, especially if you're seeing the patient early on. And it also gives you an idea of how you can manage that case, how much money is available in terms of referring the patient out for diagnostic tests or for specialists. To review, a shoulder that you think is coming necessarily from the neck, but you haven't ordered an MRI in 3 months. The spine is great, but the shoulder still hurts. Well, it's residuals. Okay, you send the patient back to the attorney. The attorney goes, you still have problems, let's get an MRI. It's a torn rotator cuff. Now, can that orthopedist make a causal relation back to the accident 3 or 4 months later? Maybe, maybe not. It depends. My experience is very difficult. Very difficult. Management should be prompt, timely, and plentiful. Meaning that if you're seeing the patient, you need to refer the patient out immediately. So if you're a chiropractor, that patient needs, within the first week of your care, a medical evaluation. If it's seen by a medical provider, they need to pull the trigger on the referrals for every single injury and condition that the patient has. So if the patient is complaining about shoulder problems, we need the